Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Namaste and welcome. In the previous presentation, we looked at the background story of the Amrutakadeshwarar and Goddess Abhirami temple at Thirukkadaiyur in Tamil Nadu. Also, we looked at the story of Markandeya Rishi, who at the age of 16 conquered death at this temple by worshipping Lord Shiva, and how this temple came to be known as the Mrityunjaya Sthalam. We looked at the story of Subramanya Iyer, who was a Panchangam reader at the temple, and the incident that made him to sing the Abhiraami Andhaadhi, that is 100 lovely poems in the praise of the goddess Abhirami. It's worth recalling the meaning of Panchangam. Pancha Angam, or 5 limbs, refer to the 5 attributes of a day. These are Tithi, Nakshatra, Vara, Karana and Yoga. Subramanya Iyer, in his reverie of the goddess, said it was a full moon day when it was actually a new moon day, when the king Sarfoji, who was the ruler of Tanjavur at that time, questioned him about the Panchangam Tithi on his day of visit. One of the great Saivite saints, Sri Ramalinga Vallalar, used to say, "Naan uரைக்கும் வார்த்தையெல்லாம் நாயகந்தன் வார்த்தையாகும்," meaning, whatever I say is not my own words, is the Supreme God's words uttered through me. People with unfailing bhakti and unified devotion achieve great heights. This was true of Subramanya Iyer too, and he felt whatever he said was not his own words, rather it was the goddess's words. It was she who made him utter them differently, and he had a steadfast belief and trust in her supreme prowess that she will make her own words come to pass and make them true. The proficiency of Subramanya Iyer in both Tamil and Sanskrit languages, coupled with the absolute devotion to the goddess, made him sing the Andhaadhi, which in itself is a marvel of poetic beauty in Tamil. The combination of rhythmic pattern in each poem, like Udhikkinra, Madhikkinra, Tudhikkinra, Vidhikkinra, which we will see shortly, and almost in all the other poems too, and the Andhaadhi's beauty, together with the devotional aspect, makes Abhiraami Andhaadhi a true gem among Tamil and devotional works. After singing the 79th song that starts with Vizhikke Arulundu, the goddess, pleased with the devotion of Subramanya Iyer, helped to light up the sky on a new moon day, which eventually transformed him and gave him the title Abhirami Bhattar. Abhirami Bhattar's presence of mind is evident when he invoked Lord Ganesha of Chidambaram in his invocation prayer. Taramar Kundrayum Shenbagamalayum Sartham Thillai Urartham Bhagattu Umai Maindani, rather than invoking the Polla Pillayar of Thirukkadaiyur. This also conveys how scholars of both Shaivite and Shakta traditions considered Thillai to be their Pradhana or foremost temple for all practical purposes, even though Chidambaram was a faraway town for most of them. This may mean the divine presence, also referred to as Sannadhya Balam of Sri Karpaga Vinayagar in Chidambaram, is much more powerful than the divine presence of Sri Ganesha in Thirukkadaiyur. Now, one of the very important questions among both the devotees and young minds growing up in this day and age is, why do we have to read and understand Abhirami Andhaadhi, and what benefit does it bring? Well, to answer this wonderful question, would like to tell you an anecdote. Suppose you would like to buy something substantial like a car, mobile phone or a house, or if you are a student signing up for a student loan, you would have to come across contractual paperwork that you need to sign. The content of such contracts would have already been compiled and drafted for you to review and simply sign. Even if you have a doctorate in English or legal aspects of a subject matter, you wouldn't say, I will write my own contract and bring it to you. That would be silly. Wonderful devotional works like Abhirami Andhaadhi, Thevaram, Thiruvasagam, Divya Prabandham, Pasurams, Tiruppugal, these are all outstanding collection of all the human emotions bundled together when humans who were born just like any of us, yet who have elevated themselves to be one with the divine, have composed these divine contracts after embarking on an inner journey. So, reading and understanding these works not only simplifies our path to the eventual destination of becoming one with the divine, but would definitely help to take one step closer to our goals. Another example would be a navigation system guidance like a Google map or something like that, which already has the locations pre-programmed. Using these already developed tools, it is easier to navigate your way from one location to another. Apart from this, understanding the meaning of these literary works helps to build on our creativity and imagination of the beautiful forms of the goddess and gods, using the words of Abhirami Bhattar. Now, starting this presentation, we will look at the actual Abhirami Andhaadhi from the very first poem.
Udhikkinra sengadir uchittilagam unarvudayor madikkinra maanikkam maadulam podu malarkamalai துதிக்கின்ற மில் கொடி மென்கடி குங்கும தோயமென்னு விதிக்கின்ற மேனி அபிராமி எந்தன் விழுத்துணையே.
In the very first sloka itself, we can find similarities with Lalita Sahasranama, one of the glorious works of Sri Hayagriva on the Nama Rupa Kshetra of the Supreme Goddess. The verse in Lalita Sahasranama starts with Sindhuraruna Vigraham, and here in the Abhirami Andhaadhi, it is Udhikkinra Sengadir. What a striking similarity! Also, in this verse itself, Abhirami Bhattar refers that Devi has been worshipped by both goddesses Lakshmi and Saraswati. Malarkamalai Tudikindra Minkodi refers to both goddess Saraswati sat on a white lotus and goddess Lakshmi. Uchittu ilagum unarvudayor madikindra manikam is also described as people who understand and realize the value of a gemstone, manikam. This is beautifully explained using the Kundalini yogic practice too. It is said people who have raised their Kundalini and brought it to the Agnya chakra, sixth chakra, 6 being the number associated with the goddess and which is near the Uchittilagam area, worship the goddess, understanding her value and importance. Uchittu ilagum unarvudayor madikindra manikam. The word Madulam Podu refers to the petal of Madulam flower. Madulam meaning pomegranate. But it also gives a meaning of that Madhu Ulam, heart of a lady. The heart of a lady is filled with countless colors and ever changing, apart from being very bright and colorful. If we take this meaning, Madhu Ulam, it shows us the color of Devi is also like that, which cannot be defined like that of a lady's heart. In the yogic ways, where we talk about the 6 chakras, Ambal, the mother goddess, has the color of the rising sun in the Mooladhara chakra. When the yogis raise her upwards through Kundalini yoga or other yogic methods, she turns into the color of Manikam and enters into the next chakra. When she enters into the Hridaya Kamala, she takes the color of lightning. In the same color, she passes from the Manipuraka chakra to Anahata chakra. In Manipuraka chakra, Ambal is referred to as the Minnal Mohini. And when she enters the Visuddhi chakra, she mingles with the Swami and hence assumes the color of Kunkuma. Shiva is signified by pure white and Ambal by pure red. In the combined Tejas, all the other colors get merged. In the same way, she stands in the Agnya chakra, in the mingled form, where we should think of her as fully lit in the combination of Surya, Chandra and Agni. Hence in this verse, Abhiraami Bhattar refers to all these colors. It should be noted that all the things mentioned here are Mangala Vastus, things of highly auspicious quality and status, which means the Tejas or spiritual radiance of the Devi remains in all the auspicious things. The word Viduttunai used in the last line of this Andhaadhi needs to be clearly understood. Vidupporul means that is a support for eternity. Sri Kiva Jagannathan used to say, Ambal alone is Vidupporul and all other things are Vidumporul. All the other things in the world are Viduginra Porul. This word means the mother Abhirami is the only, the very best, never failing and ever sustaining support of Sri Abhirami Bhattar and all her devotees. Not only about this life, we are talking about crossing the cycle of birth and death. And that is where this Viduttunai, Vidupporul comes into play. It's worth recalling how this word is used in the Thirukkural, Kedil Viduchelvam Kalviyoruvarkku Madalla Matrai Yavai. Here, the Poyyamozhi Pulavar calls out education as the only support for life. However, the respective authors, Sri Hayagriva, Sri Adishankara Bhagavad Pada, and Sri Abhirami Bhattar, all individually being great Devi Upasakas in their own way, have given us these great treasures for Parayanam. This presentation comes to an end here, and we'll discuss the second poem in the next one. Tiruchitrambalam. Om Sarve भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः